So hi guys, welcome to German Gills. Some of you may have already seen me before on Twitter. I go under the name of Deutscher Gills, and I update all of the Gills stuff all in German. And I've decided that I'd like to take it a step further and make kind of like a YouTube page. Now, obviously, following the Gills over in Germany, it has been really easy with the EFL. Putting on the live games for people abroad, but obviously they're doing for the same in the UK with the Tuesday night games, and who knows what's going to happen next season after the coronavirus or during the coronavirus, if people are going to be watching from their TV. But we hope everyone gets back into the stadium soon. Obviously, though, being in another country, I can't do that. However, what I can do is I am able, obviously, to watch the games here live and become kind of like an armchair fan. And also, I have the setup here which allows me to do lots of cool things in following the Gills and making some good content for you guys. So it's a new channel, and this is kind of the lineup that we're going to go with and what you can expect from this channel. So a little bit you should know about me is I've been following the Gills all my life. My dad took me when I was like really young. I think he once took me to a Chelsea game, and I think that was too posh for me, so he took me to some Gillingham games. I think one of the first games I even went to may have been the playoff final against Man City. I may even went to a game before that, but since then I've had a season ticket up until 2017, when then I decided to move abroad and work over in Germany. So I've been following the Gills for all my life, and I'm nearly 30 now. But I really started to get interested in this when I was maybe 1999, I think, was my first real interest in following the Gills. I used to sit in the Medway stand. I sat there, I think, for most of my time. It was literally as it's being built or just after it's being built as well. And I've been sitting there with my dad watching the games ever since then, and going to maybe 65% of the away games as well. So here are a couple of things that I want to kind of do with this page. Now, firstly, I just want to let you know, even though I do all of my updates in German language on Twitter, you can see, I think I've put the link down there, or something or other down there, so you can follow if you haven't already. But a lot of all of my stuff that I put on there is in German language. The idea was to improve my German whilst I'm here, but also it's to keep me up to date and keep me really focused and interested in all of the stuff that's happened at the Gills. But what I'm going to be doing is extending it further. So what I'm planning on doing is, as the games are going live, I will be able to record live reactions and live updates all on my setup that I have here. I'll also be doing some game previews. I'll do some game reviews afterwards. I'll do some extra little bits and bobs with kind of other news as well, and also kind of have some extra bits like what's life like in Germany as a football fan. I might do some stuff where we can go back into the stadiums. I live in Dusseldorf. I'm moving soon to Duisburg though, which is a bit further north. They have a football team in the 3rd division called MSV Duisburg. They're the blue and white zebras, and I'll do a few videos from there as well. But yeah, that's the idea of this channel. Hopefully it can go in the right direction, and hopefully you guys would enjoy it. So what I wanted to do, to give you a little bit of flavour of what it might look like, I want to go through a couple of things today. So number one, I want to show you maybe my top 3 moments from last season. And I'll go through these individually, 1, 2 and 3. And then I'll go through a couple of things and my thoughts on the transfers that have happened at Gills recently. Some are really exciting, by the way. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the new players we've got at the club. I think we're looking quite strong this season. But I don't want to say anything too soon, because you never know what's going to happen. And then, yeah, that's it. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so my probably one of my favourite, by the way, these top 3 moments of last season, they're kind of, there's no order, they're just 3 moments that I really remember whilst watching the Gills here. I think but actually 2 of them come from against Sunderland, which I must apologise firstly to one of my best mates who was a big Sunderland supporter as well, who also lives in the southeast. Yeah, so 2 of them come from against Sunderland, and there's a 3rd one against Blackpool, which I think most of you remember as well. But if I just show you this equalising goal in the last minute against Sunderland was probably, I was jumping around my apartment like you wouldn't believe. Arguably, I think maybe 6 minutes of injury time was quite a lot. However, we used it well, and I think you'd agree that that this match in particular was really, really good. There was a lot of excitement. Sunderland arguably were the better team, but we held in there. We were dangerous with the long throws. And let me just turn down the commentary here. But this definitely was a fantastic goal that we scored right at the end. A long throw from Ogilvie as well. And Manjon, who's not with us now, is just equalised in the last minute. I think everyone who was a Gillingham fan at this moment was going pretty nuts, and was also, I think, the last game we played before the coronavirus happened, so it was quite a good way to finish our short season as well. So the second clip, or the part of the season which I enjoyed last season, was our game away at Blackpool. I think 100 fans went up to Blackpool on a cold Tuesday night. And again, it was a really topsy-turvy game. I don't think our defence was that good, but our attack was particularly good. We were very clinical. I think Charles Cook scored a goal. It's one of the goals to equalise whilst we went behind against Blackpool. And then, obviously, right in the last minute again, this thing happened as well. And I think some of you will know what's happening here. So, I remember looking at some of the Twitter comments with the Blackpool fans said it wasn't a corner, but it was a corner, and that in the last minute was an absolute peach of a goal. How often do we really score from corners? Proper good header as well from Brandon Handon, and in the last minute. And I think literally as soon as we kicked off, the game was over and 3 points were down in the bag. And the last moment again was when we played, my last favourite moment of the season was when we played against Sunderland at home, much earlier on in the season. Now actually the whole game was really interesting. I was actually watching it with some colleagues, and the Sunderland fan was watching it with me, and actually the game was quite boring. I mean, Sunderland did have a goal disallowed in the second half. I'm not sure, I can't even remember really what it was for, but I think eventually we agreed it was a disallowed goal. But the Sunderland fans were not happy with that, and understandably as well. However, I think the goal you're going to see from this as well was also ranked as goal of the season from Connor Ogilvie. Really quick finish. I mean, the time in which he had to think and to get this into the top left hand corner. I mean, it was a bit of a swipe at goal. And but he took his chance really, really well. The ball scrambled around the box, but he was in the right place at the right time. And again, for me, a really, really clinical finish, a good setback header as well, and right into the top corner. And that meant for the whole season we took 4 points off of Sunderland, which I thought, on reflection, is an excellent thing to do. And I think it was with this game as well, we started our really long unbeaten run. Long until into 2020, when eventually I think we lost to Wimbledon, but it was an extremely long run up until February, and this is a game where it all started from as well. And as you can see what a goal of the season off the fight, clinical finish into the top corner. I mean, Connor Ogilvie had such a good season anyway. I can just hope that next season he keeps it up, because he's been absolutely brilliant this last season. Okay, so the last I just want to talk for a little bit is some of the recent transfers that we have that we've signed recently. Now, I haven't actually looked too much into them yet, but I've got a bit of a flavour of what to expect and what to come in the following season. Now, firstly, I was really happy that we got Ryan Jackson back from Colchester. When he played for us, actually, when he went away to Colchester, I was really disappointed, because I think his long throw and his pace on the right wing was something that the team really benefited from. And obviously, he's played now at Colchester, had a couple of good seasons there, so I'm really pleased that he's come back, and also he's got a really good eye for goal as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if he got a couple of goals next season as well from the right back on a right wing position. However, I think his assists will really show this season if he can really get it going. And then we had then Sunday we just started to drain all of Arsenal's under 23s and their wonder kids. So we got Zach Medley, a centre back who's 6'5" tall, by the way. Looking solid, looking to be a solid signing for an on-loan season. And I've heard a lot of people say at Arsenal that some of them wanted him to be in the first team as well. They were that confident in this youngster. And the other one, obviously, from Arsenal was this one kid called Trey Coyle, who has also been training with the first team. And I think there was a video Gills put up recently on their Twitter or something like that, some of him in action for the under-23s. And he does look really clinical. But it's his first time that he will be playing competitive football. We also signed Van Dane Oliver, who scored 4 goals in 30 appearances for Northampton Town and was also in the playoff final winning squad as well. So obviously something to look forward to there. Hopefully the goals will get going up front there as well. We have Jordan Graham, who's recently joined us. He had a lot of experience at Wolverhampton, and even though he had a short time at Oxford, he appeared 16 times. I think he may have scored 1 goal as well. But Oxford are really pleased with the progress he was making for them last season as well. We also have re-signed Alex McDonald from Mansfield, who's I think was at Mansfield for 3 or 4 seasons, made 109 appearances, scored 6 goals. He's the one I don't know too much about, but having come from Mansfield, where Steve Evans was the manager of as well, I'm sure that Steve Evans is looking to build a team which he's very familiar with and looking to have this, kind of the same formation that he had at Mansfield. So looks like this player coming in, Alex McDonald, will fit into his system that he wants to play. And finally, we've recently signed Carl Dempsey from Fleetwood. Now, I know he had an excellent season at Fleetwood last season, and he's one of League One star players, one of the better players in League One. And even so, I did just read this article about Carl Dempsey, who actually Hull City have just been relegated from the Championship. Were targeting Carl Dempsey as well, and obviously I'm sure there were many other clubs who were focusing as well. But it seems to be as soon as Steve Evans gets in talks with a player, unless we don't know otherwise, seems that they always seem to go to Steve Evans. So he must have something in him that people want to train under his managership. So it's looking really, really promising for the Gills team next season. I don't want to say too much, but I think we will make a top half finish for certain. I know that doesn't sound very ambitious actually, but I think we'll make a top half finish for certain. And if these youngsters from Arsenal and the signings that Steve Evans has got recently, which is going to fit into his system that he wants to play, because you need to remember as well is that he, I think since he's joined us, I think there's only 2 players maybe left who were there as he joined. So he inherited, I think players that he's inherited that are left are Brandon Hanlon and Connor Ogilvie. But even then, I think Connor Ogilvie was at the team, went back to Tottenham, then we got him back under Steve Evans. So, ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that Steve Evans now has a team which he's built himself and then wants to move forward with it. So we can only, obviously, we'll see how the season unfolds next season. The fixtures come out on the 21st of August. I'll make a short video about my impressions of the first fixtures. And obviously the games start on the 12th of September. So there's a lot to look forward to. I'm going to make a couple of videos on that as well as the weeks progress and if we get any more transfers as well. So hopefully we'll have a fresh team, some good experience, some fresh, some youngsters as well. So it's quite exciting. I'm quite optimistic about next season, but you need to remember as well there are other clubs who are making signings as well here and there and everywhere, so we'll have to wait and see how it all goes. Anyway, as you can all just to round up, as you can obviously see, that I'm I'm doing this video obviously as a first time. I'm going to hopefully get a bit better at doing stuff like this. I haven't done much YouTube stuff before, but it will improve. But I hope you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, you can follow me on Twitter. It's Deutsche Gills, and don't worry if you don't speak German, because obviously on Twitter you have a translate button, and it seems to be pretty accurate about what I'm saying. But yeah, thanks for watching, and up the Gills.